Emmanuel, God is with you. Emmanuel, God is with you. Mm, I love this candle. I didn't think I would. I wasn't gonna buy it. Mm. Yeah, it smells like Thanksgiving. When I smell the scent of that sage dressing, I smell the gravy, I smell the mashed potatoes, I smell rosemary, and I smell thyme. Reminds me of a song by the Beatles that goes, dum, da-dum, 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 something rosemary and thyme. Is it parsley, rosemary, and thyme? Ah, that song runs through my brain. Faces of the Beatles. God bless them. Some of them still kicking. Yes, and I see all the faces that smiled with a homemade mashed potato recipe. I remember my mentor Nancy and the Thanksgiving spent at her family's table where we would make the mashed potatoes on site with the boiled potatoes, putting just the right amount of butter and salt. And I remember the sage dressing from my mother's Thanksgiving feast, where we would make the homemade kind bread the night before so that it would be dried out. Put the spices in. My mom didn't like sage, so she would make her dressing without sage the night before. And it was my family tradition to go in the middle of the night and pour a ton of sage in the dressing. Then the next day she would say, when I went to sleep, dressing didn't taste that good. But now the flavors had melded and it smells good. All of those scents are in this candle. All of those people in their youth, or at least not as old as they are today, the memories are evoked for me when I smell this candle. Giblet gravy. Oh, giblet gravy. How could I not love this candle? The face is smiling. The friends coming by early. People slipping pieces of meat and vegetables out of the pot. Even though it's not mentioned, somewhere in the distance is a green bean casserole. Yes, yes, with the fried onions. Oh, and there's no desserts. The savory smells have taken over. My cousins. The story of the pie gone wrong. Every year, somebody's sweet potato pies were not up to par. The crust was soggy. The pie was either sweet or flat. Do y'all ever recall those turkeys that were so tough you couldn't even cut them with a knife? Yes. of smells are in this jar. And the songs we sing about those tough turkeys dried out. All the ways we all religiously every Thanksgiving attempted to get that dried out old bird to be tender and juicy, rubbing all kinds of concoctions on her. It was like the turkey spa. Always happened the day before. You'd see people's faces covered in butter and rosemary. Hair. It might have been done for the holiday, but how could you cover up these smells? No matter what fragrance you wore, let's be honest, your hair smelled like dressing if you were the chef. No perfume could overcome that. Just give in to it, sit down and eat, and receive your compliments from everybody about how delicious and how you've outdone yourself. Oh, it was wonderful. How the 16-year-old maid has started to help with the cooking. She made the vegetable dish. She chopped the vegetables. Everybody participated. My dearest Donna always made the marshmallow fruit salad, ambrosia. Oh, and then the beverages on the table before the meal. But once the meal's brought out, you can't smell any of that. This is what you smell. And the fact that the candle changes from this green color, which is avocado green. I was a child of the 70s, and avocado green was all the rage. So, and then it turns to this mustard yellow. I can't remember the name of the yellow that was popular at that time, but everybody had a refrigerator in that color. And if you see that yellow, it's not this mustard yellow. Harvest gold. Yeah, harvest gold. Oh my goodness, does anybody remember harvest gold in hair pieces? And the moo-moo. Oh my goodness, the moo-moo. If you're young and you don't know what a moo-moo is, when you get old, by the time you get old, you must make it your business to find out what the moo-moo is. It came from Hawaii, and it was a dress that just hung down, didn't touch you in any direction, went all the way to the floor. And no matter what your size was, to the rest of the world, you just looked moo-moo size. Yeah. So now you know why I love this candle. I love savory scents. The other great thing about this candle is, like say those years when you couldn't afford the Thanksgiving feast, you're young in your life, you're sitting up in your first apartment. Back when young people could afford their first apartment, those were the good old days. Those people are homeless today. But back in my day, young people could get an apartment with whatever job they got, even if they worked part-time. But they couldn't afford very much food. So something like this would have been a godsend while you're sitting up eating your Thanksgiving peanut butter sandwich. Your house could still smell like a celebration. You know, if you're away from home and all, moved out to a new city, making a name for yourself. As you chowed down on your bologna sandwich, bologna was the meat of choice for those who were humble at the time. A couple of slices of healthy bread, some bologna, no mayonnaise, no mustard, but bologna has such a flavor. And the spices. Oh yeah. I love this candle. I love what it stands for. I hope it comes back next year. If it doesn't, and it's on clearance at SAS, I'll be sure to grab a few because I don't cook as much as I used to. And this has just enough ambiance for the Thanksgiving celebration.